Hello folks, welcome back to my YouTube channel. This is Devansh and in this video we'll be talking about typecasting in Java. So basically what is typecasting? So typecasting basically means as you break down this word typecasting, type means basically you type, in programming it is your data type, and casting means you are changing it or you are making it into another form, okay? So typecasting basically means changing data type of one variable to another, okay? Suppose you have a variable, let's say its data type is int and you are converting it to string. So this is typecasting, okay? So basically typecasting is conversion of one data type to another. Okay, so let's see, let's take an example. Suppose I have this int a equals to 4. Okay, I have this int a equals to 4, and after that what I do is I'll say something like double b equals to a. Okay, and after this what I'm going to do is system dot out dot print ln, and I'm printing the value of b. Can you predict the output of this? Is it going to give you an error, or what will be the output? Comment down below. Okay, so let's see. Over here I'm saying int a equals to 4, and over here I'm saying double b equals to a. So what I'm doing is I'm setting the value of a inside b, and then I'm printing the value of b. So the output of this particular code will be 4.0. Okay, so basically what is happening over here is compiler is doing the conversion. Compiler is doing the typecasting. So basically value was in integer and now it's getting printed in a double. Okay, so here the conversion is done by compiler. So this is a small example of what is typecasting. Let's see about types of typecasting, then it will become more clear. Okay, let me erase this. Okay, so the type of typecasting, basically you can classify typecasting as implicit typecasting and explicit typecasting. Implicit typecasting and explicit typecasting. So what I mean by implicit typecasting is, as you can see the word I means inside. Okay, so in implicit typecasting the conversion of one data type to another is done by compiler. Okay, is done by compiler. Whereas E for external. Who is external? User. So over here in explicit typecasting the conversion of data type from one form to another is done by the user. Okay, conversion done by user, and over here the conversion is done by the compiler itself. Okay, automatic. Or in other words you can say in implicit typecasting the conversion of one data type to another is done by without user's intervention. Means user is not involved in that conversion. Whereas in explicit typecasting, you can say explicit typecasting can be defined as conversion of one data type to another with user's intervention. What I mean by that is in explicit typecasting, user involvement is required. Okay, let's take an example. Okay, let's take an example of implicit and then explicit typecasting. So if I say int a equals to 4, okay, and then I say int b, okay, it was, let's take it double, int okay, yeah, double b is equals to a, and then sopln basically means system dot out dot println. Okay, and I say sopln b. So what will be the output of this? As we know, output will be 4.0. So over here what is happening, the conversion of data type from int to float is being done by the compiler. As you can see, we are not doing anything, so the compiler is performing the conversion, typecasting. So this is example of implicit typecasting. Okay, implicit typecasting. Okay, implicit typecasting. Now let's take an example of explicit typecasting. In explicit typecasting what happens is the user performs the conversion. Suppose let's take this, and if I say float c is equals to float a. Okay, what I'm doing over here is I'm basically trying to convert the data type of a to float. So this is an example, some example of explicit typecasting, where I as a user is trying to change the data type of a, okay, and storing it in C. So if I again print this sopln system out dot println, see what I'm going to get. I'm going to get 4.0. Okay, okay, cool. Now let's move further and see how we can perform some conversions from one data type to another. Okay, suppose you are given an integer value and you want to convert it to, first let's take a conversion of numbers. Okay, by numbers I mean int, float, double, byte, short, int, long. Okay, not string. Let's convert into float, double. Okay, so how you can do this conversion? Let's take a variable int a equals to 4 and to convert it to float value. Okay, let's have this variable float b equals to, you will say float. Okay, over here in small brackets we basically pass the type in which we want to perform the typecasting, float of a. Okay, so in b we are getting the floating value of a. Same goes with the double. To perform the double conversion we can say double c is equals to double a. Okay, cool. So you can print these values and you will get, like, if you print the value for a, it will be like 4, and if you print the value for b, it is going to be 4.0, basically 4.0, and if you print the value for c, it will be again 4.0. Okay, so this is basically the conversion of int to float or double. Okay, now what if, how to basically convert from float to int, double to int. Okay, let's see this. So we will see how to convert from float to double, float to int. Okay, let's take the variable float. A is equals to, let's say, 4.3, and we'll be storing into b. So to perform the conversion, again as I said, in the small brackets you have to pass the data type in which you are performing the conversion. Okay, so we are converting it to integer type, so int, and then the variable name whose value you want to convert. Okay, same if you have a double value, you can say double. Let's say c is equals to 8.4, and you want to store it in, let's say, int d equals to, then again you will say int of c. So if you print the output of these values, let's say, let's print a. Okay, what will you get when you print the value for a? Same, you will get 4.3. And what you will get when you print the value for b? You will get, so it is basically a is getting converted to integer type, right? So it will give you 4. And c, if you print the value for c, you will get again, let's say, 8.4. And for the d, if you print the value for d, you are going to get the conversion of this c to int, so you'll get 8. Okay, so I hope this is clear. Okay, these are basically the conversion of int to float, to int, double to int, and all. Okay, now let's see how we can perform the conversion for string. Okay, so first let's see conversion of int, float, double to string. Okay, how we can convert these values to string type. Okay, suppose we have this variable int a equals to 4, and we want to basically convert this value 4 into a string value. Okay, so let's say string b is equals to, so you have this method string dot value of method. Okay, string dot value, v is small and o is capital O here. String dot value of, and you pass, basically you will pass, let's say if you have integer value then you will pass it over here. If you have a floating value then you can pass it over here, and same goes for the double. Okay, string dot value of a. So yes, now basically we have got the 4 as a string inside b. If you print the value for b, you will get 4 as a string. Okay, cool. So what if can you do this conversion? Like if you say int a equals to a b c d, and you're trying to convert it to string. So if you're trying something like this, b is equals to string dot value of, and you're passing a. So this is going to give you number format exception. Okay, you can't do this conversion as this is a string. Over here it is a number, so it is getting converted to string type. If you try to do this, so it's going to give you a number format exception. NUMBER, number format exception. It will throw you a number format exception. Okay, so again if you have, like, same goes for the float. So if a is a floating value then you can again pass it over here, and same goes for double. So this is the conversion of how you can convert int to float, int float double to string. Okay, using string dot value of function. Now let's see how we can perform the reverse. Okay, let's take this example. Suppose we have string, color change this. Yes, suppose we have string a equals to 4. Okay, as you know we always write string in double inverted commas. Now we want to perform the conversion to integer type. Okay, let's take a variable int b, and over here in b we will be storing the value of a. Okay, so you have this method integer dot parse int. Okay, p will be small, integer dot parse int, and over here you will be passing the, let's say we have string in variable a, so pass it over here, and when you print this value of b you will get a integer value 4. Okay, okay, cool. So again same goes for the float. If you want to convert this to floating value, so you will say float c is equals to float f capital. Okay, float dot parse f capital, again float, and you will pass the variable over here a. So what you will get when you print the value for c, this is c, so you will be getting 4.0 as it is 4, okay, as it is 4. What if over here we had 4.3 something? Then we'll be getting 4 as an output for this int b, and 4.3 as an output for this floating value. Same goes with double. Okay, so over here I would like to mention some steps, like this integer where I is capital, this float, these are known as wrapper classes. Okay, these are known as wrapper classes. Wrapper classes. So these are known as wrapper classes. Okay, for double it will be d capital double, again double dot parse double. You have the double dot parse double method for converting to double from string. Okay, so this is how you convert a string to integer, float, and double. I hope you learned something new, and if you have any doubt regarding this you can mention it in the comment section and I'll respond to you. Okay, So thank you for seeing this video, and if you are new to my channel, please consider subscribing. Thank you.